Because taking a cue from what the APC senators said there, what right do they have to have held the nation to ransom by saying that they were not going to sit, knowing full well that, well, it's not a party affair when it comes to the business of the Senate?
Yes, exactly. I agree entirely with Senator Juju. It is frivolous and unpatriotic for anybody to go to Senate and say we will not work because we did not win our party war. It has nothing to do with the country. It's the Senate of Nigeria, for goodness sake, not the Senate of the PDP. So that what they are doing is frivolous. It is ridiculous. It is unpardonable to say we are going to quarrel, we are not going to work because we are quarreling with our governor. Let them take that to the party secretariat, not to the Senate. It's unfortunate.
You know, in asking this question, I realize that one, if not the oldest senator in our republic, the present republic, is the Senate President David Mark. And perhaps there must have been something he's doing that others haven't been able to do, to the extent that with ease he gets his re-election, his nomination to recontest in his senatorial district. What do you think is that thing that really stands him out?
Again,
that others haven't been able to win from?
He has stayed first with his people. He has done well with his people. Secondly, he has stayed with his governor. That is key. He's not been quarreling with his governors because of his position. I think tendencies for the governor to defer to him and for them to have a cordial relationship. You are dealing with the president of Senate who has some powers of allocation to what comes to your state and so on. So he has had that relationship with his governors, and that is key to your chances of getting back or being thrown out. You have to stay with your governor. The reality is that the governors are the ones who control the states. They are very powerful. And there's not, unless you want to tell me how to remove those powers. They have everyday power of money, of privileges, of patronage, of everything.
Maybe that's why the senators are looking to the president to do something. Because if the governors control the states, they probably feel that the president controls the nation. So he should do something about the bigger structure.
The governor and the president channels the resources of the federal government through the states. He does not spend directly.
How did he manage to do what watchers of politics have termed unprecedented, getting his nomination as a sole candidate from his party with ease?
Because, well, the president was lucky. Sometimes they said disadvantage can create advantage. What happened was that those who agreed with the party showed their anger too soon and left. And once they left the party, there was nobody, those who stayed, it was assumed that they are going to fall in line, and that's what has happened. Once those people left, the field was totally open for our president to carefully manage all the institutions of the party to fall in line behind it. So the fact that there was crisis in the PDP at the other stage has become an advantage for the PDP because they're now able to unite and stay together as one big family.
Professor Otubanjo, if we're going to look at the entire structure, the political structure, the political party as it's supposed to be, how should it be that we're moving our democracy, which some have called nascent, but some others have said, forget, it's no longer nascent, it's evolving into something else. How should the structure of the party be so that we can have smoother congresses that will produce smoother...
Well, you see, always with Nigeria, it's not the structure. It's not what the institution. It's how people manipulate it. If you send a team to go and conduct a congress, and they proceed to take money from somebody and manipulate the results in the favor of that person, that is not part of the party structure. What you can say is that maybe the party should find a way of sanctioning those people. Our parties are well structured.
But what if
there's nothing wrong with them? Is how do we carry out all the activities of the party without compromising ourselves?
Prof, what if the party, the leadership of the party, sends the team to conduct that congress, but by the time they finish conducting the congress, a phone call comes in from the leadership, hey, it's this person, give it to this person, not the other.
No, it doesn't work that way. When they go, they already finish the process of preparing results, of getting results, or getting the results of a well-conducted Congress. I don't think that anybody would change the results brought in by the team sent from the Secretariat. It's very difficult to do that. That's why everybody tries to make sure that they get results in at the locus of the Congress.
You know, the NWC, the National Working Committee of the PDP, now we have seen that most of these senators of the PDP have gone to the Secretariat of the PDP. Yes. They are always there urging them to annul the results of the Congress. And the argument now, coming from what Governor Akpabio did say, he's the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, that those who think that the governors who are going for Senate are threats to the sitting senators, well, shouldn't even see it that way. They should go ahead, as you have rightly said, to contest freely. Isn't that, a subtle way of letting you in on what exactly it is about, that look, even though you are coming in to contest against me as a governor and the man who controls the machinery of the party in my state, you have failed before you even thought of starting.
I'm happy that the senators went to the
Secretariat.
That's where they should go. They should mobilize, they should put pressure, they should write petitions so that some of these congresses can be cancelled. That's where they should go, not in the chambers of the Senate. They should keep pressurizing the party, whatever they can do to get results reversed or modified or cancelled and so on. That's what they should be doing.
What would amount to cancellation, sorry Marco, what would amount to cancellation if you were to sit as maybe head of the National Working Committee of a political party like the PDP? What would you think would amount to cancellation?
No,
because I'm looking at Rivers State, for instance. Rivers State, we have about 16 of them who boycotted, who staged a walkout. 16, that's huge.
So they should protest. That's protest to the NWC. The NWC will consider each case. They do so all the time. They will consider each case and come to a decision. If they find there's need for cancellation, they will cancel. They do that. If they find the need to order a rerun, they will do it. So protest, protest, protest. Petition, petition. That is the essence. Not hold the country to ransom. Absolutely unacceptable. Yes.
It's interesting how a constitution is, written in the sense that senators can have unlimited amount of terms, but for some reason it would seem that it's done in such a way that their functions is drawn away from connecting directly with the people. A lot of people still do not understand what it is that members of the National Assembly, are supposed to be doing. But the governors who have direct contact with the people, who can mobilize them, as you rightly said, have just 8 years. So oftentimes you find out that when they're done with their 8 years, and the next place they're looking at is the Senate, and then somebody who's been there.
Well, you want to push him off?
Exactly. How do you think that a party can manage that sort of that rivalry of some sort? It might be subtle in some cases, in some other cases is a little more flagrant, as it were. How do you think that a party can manage that kind of rivalry?
It's going to be difficult. You cannot tell anybody not to contest. That is his fundamental human right. Whether it's a governor or it's a president, he has the right to contest, to seek another office. Although, unless, of course, it will be difficult for the party to subtly say, to discourage governors, because what governors who want to contest are doing is just to intimidate. It's to muzzle them. They have undue advantage. So somebody is sitting down there, a sitting senator, you just muzzle into him and push him away and take his seat. But of course, you also have to look at the other side, that it's a contest of popularity, in which, of course, a sitting governor will have an advantage. But nonetheless, it is not illegitimate, it is not illegal for a governor to say, I want to be a senator.
this is coming at a time when National Assembly members are always complaining about a lack of experience.
Yes.
We find out that the National Assembly, a lot of people say it should have moved forward, you know, from what it was in 1999. It would seem that in some cases we don't seem to be making a lot of progress. They attribute it sometimes to the fact that they keep getting newcomers, or that the newcomers overwhelm those who were actually returned to the Senate. Do you think there's any way, or do you think that parties should actually be interfering in whether or not a member goes back to the Senate, you know, just so at least so that we can maintain some,
I think Senate has its own mechanism for continuity. Right now, I understand about 60% may not return. So you still have that 40% who will come, if they return, if they win, who will come with some form of experience. And the parties, the convention is that if you're a new senator, you don't get all those major offices, you don't become a chairman of a committee. So we have made progress. Not a lot of progress as we would like to see. I think there's continuity in Senate. You have the David Marks of this world, the Ebbers as well, who might not return this time. But there are a lot of people who will return, who will bring their own experience and gradually cohort the younger ones over time. So I don't think we should worry that some people are not coming or they are being renewed and so on. That is democracy. As far as I'm concerned, our senators will even be renewed every time, because I don't see that they are really doing any great work for us.
No, I think you forced me to do the comparison you never wanted. Should we be talking about midterm elections the way it is done in the United States?
Yes.
Like midterm elections, having elections of the National Assembly every 2 years?
No, that would be cumbersome, expensive, difficult, distracting. We will spend every 2 years. You know, the way we take elections in this country, not like the United States has the mechanism that the thing is so seamless.
That is why we're talking about internal democracy, because if we follow it the way it is, I'm sure we should be able to do it so with less funds and less acrimony. Now, looking at the political party, the PDP, for instance, with all of the bickering and complaints coming from these people, don't you think that it is not well managed? It just might cost them a lot.
Of course, every quarrel will...
I mean, a lot of them are heavyweights.
Yes, I agree with you. And I think that it's been managed. I don't think anybody is just going to dismiss them and forget, you know.
Okay, well, we'll take a moment now, Professor Otubanjo. Let's go to the news room to have an update with BC and see what she has for us on the headlines again. BC, over to you.